more rattle control on my 73 Corvette. Here's what I'm hearing. You're watching On the Mark with Mark. Did you hear it? It doesn't do it when I shut the door gently, but when you give it a good swing, what happens is this rod right here rattles against the inside of the door. Now, I added my tubing to the ends to hold it still, and I expected this little rubber piece right here, actually it's plastic, that Chevrolet put on it to do its job. And maybe it did when it was new, but this thing is completely worn down. So I'm gonna take this back off and I'm gonna try to slide one of my rubber tubes all the way down this thing. So no matter where it's hitting, it will be cushioned by my rubber tubing. Since this thing was so wore out, I just cut it off. I couldn't get it to slide off. You can see where it rattled for years and years, probably doing its job pretty well. Maybe you can buy these. You probably need 10 of them on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace it with this. This is a, I don't know, I think it's silicone based. This is actually part of a set of physical therapy elastic bands that I bought at a swap meet for just a couple of bucks, but it came with a whole bunch of different diameter of tubes, and it's really soft and pliable. I mean, this I really think is gonna do the job. So I've got that piece on that end, so I'm gonna feed it in from this end. I'm going to lube this up with a bunch of WD-40, and then hopefully I can get it to slide on there. It just might not work. We'll see how it goes. I've got my tube slid on here now, and this actually went a lot easier than I thought it would. What I did was I sanded the aluminum rod, and then I polished it with some steel wool so that it was as smooth as I could get it, so there was nothing for that hose to cling onto. And then I shot right down the middle this engine cleaner here instead of using WD-40. I've heard that soap works good in these situations. So I shot that right down the center of the tube, and then I also coated the aluminum shaft with it too. And then it sounds funny, but you have to push it on. So I kept pushing from the end, and what happens is it kind of gets a larger diameter when it's been pushed, and it slides on fairly easy. So you push it from the end, then you have to keep pushing all the way up to the starting point, and then you push from the end again, and then all the way up. And I was able to slide it up this far. So then I cut it off where I wanted it, and then I made a new piece for the end there to hold that in case that's where a rattle should happen to be. So let's put it back on the door and see if this stops the rattle. You know, if it makes a little thud sound, that would be okay. Got it back on there. It really kind of disappears with the black rubber. I still need to slide that red tube over that little bracket that holds that end on. Then we'll slam it. There, I've got the red tube on all the way. One point I think that might be important. This is really close right here. I'm afraid that this might cause enough drag to make the opening mechanism not work right, but so far it is. It comes right back. It's not a problem. All right, here we go. We're gonna give her a good slam. Something is still rattling. I think that's what's doing it. This is rattling right here. I cut a nylon washer and stuck it in there. That's helping there. I'm gonna do the same thing right here. This one fits on this shaft and it just about fills that gap. So I'm just gonna cut a small section out of this. That's enough. That will let me get this on here. Let's see how it goes. I fought with it off camera with a screwdriver and I got it on there. I think I got that rattle out and okay, so I got that. That one is still. Well, this is gonna get a rod connected to it for the lock. But I'm not doing that yet. This makes plenty of noise up here too. Although I don't think really slamming noise. All right, let's slam it again. That's better. Still some rattles that need to come out. Well, there is some improvement here. I think I have a couple of methods here with the rubber hose and those little nylon washers to kind of fill some of those gaps in the riveted areas to get these rattles out. I'm gonna keep digging and finding as many rattles as I can and come up with solutions to get them to go away, because I really want these doors to sound good when they shut. Also, I haven't even done the windows yet, so there's more mechanisms that I got to go in there. So there'll probably be another video when the window regulators get put in and the other rods for the outside latch. I don't have that on yet because I don't want those on when it goes to paint. So those will get put on after paint. So thanks for watching. Good, good.